Hey everyone, friends from both the light and the dark side. Once again, all my little monsters and I are here to show you a new edition that just landed straight from the United States. This time, it's a small pocket folding knife, quite affordable actually, but one that I think will really catch your attention. We're about to unbox it right now, and I hope you'll find it interesting because this knife is the second version of a model that came out, I believe, sometime around 2023. And it was a huge success, seriously, a big hit within the knife collecting community. We're talking about the Kizer Drop Bear 2. Let's see what we've got here. Yes, Kizer Drop Bear 2. It says 2.85 inches, that's the blade length. The steel is Nitro-V, a stainless steel known for its edge retention and corrosion resistance. The scales are green micarta, giving it that warm, textured grip. And it uses the clutch lock system, which is basically Kizer's version of the Benchmade Axis lock. All right, let's open it up. Nice packaging, respect, innovation, and sharing. That's what it says on the box. Now, just a quick note, a lot of people think Kizer is a German brand, probably because of the name. But actually, it's not. Kizer is a relatively young company, founded around 2012 or 2013, with headquarters and manufacturing based in Guangdong, China. Although many of Kizer's materials, like the steels, actually come from Japan and the United States, and most of their designers are from abroad, all the manufacturing takes place entirely in China. So yeah, now you know. I honestly used to think Kizer was a German brand just because of the name. Pretty naive of me, right? But hey, it's good to clear that up, and good for you guys to know it too. Inside the box, there's this little thank you card. Thank you for your support and understanding. Thank you for choosing our products. Nice touch. All right, let's get straight to what's inside. Besides the knife itself, we've got a few extras here. A small sticker, that one's for Jacobito, a microfiber cloth to keep the blade clean, and a set of spare parts, mostly these tiny springs that belong to the clutch lock mechanism. They include them just in case you ever lose one, which is rare, but it happens, especially when you disassemble the knife for cleaning or maintenance. These little springs can fly across the room, never to be seen again. Same story with the screws that are the size of an ant. There's also a customer service card here. If you ever need assistance or replacement parts, you can email them and they'll reply pretty fast. Personally, I've never had a single issue with any Kizer knife, but I appreciate that level of after-sale support. Now, this is actually the first time I'm holding this knife in my hands. The micarta handle texture feels almost identical to another model I have. Here's a quick comparison. This handle texture actually reminds me a lot of the Ontario Rat Model 1, a very well-known knife. It's got a soft, pleasant feel, not completely smooth though. You can feel these tiny pores in the micarta, but to the touch, it feels silky, almost like fabric. All right, what else? At first glance, this knife feels compact and portable. It's also lightweight and definitely falls in the budget-friendly category, but without feeling cheap. It's the kind of knife that gives you a lot for the price. As I mentioned earlier, the first Drop Bear was a record-breaking success. So now, let's go step by step and open the blade. There we go! I can already tell why the original Drop Bear became so popular. The action. That incredibly smooth, effortless deployment and closing. You can see it right here, it just glides. Collectors love that. It's one of those features that makes the knife feel alive in your hand, practical, precise, and fidget-friendly. You can easily open or close it with one hand and the lock feels rock solid. No blade play at all, not side to side, not up or down. Once it's locked, it's locked. And thanks to this clutch lock mechanism, it's just as easy to close. You pull the little tabs back and the blade drops freely, almost by gravity. And with that same smoothness, you can flick it open again just as easily. That effortless movement is what gives the Drop Bear its personality. It's functional, but also just fun to use. See that? With just a tiny flick of the wrist, the blade snaps open smooth and instant. And that's exactly what made the first Drop Bear so popular. This second version keeps that same feeling, that super satisfying action that makes it such a joy to carry and use. Now, this knife is meant to be an EDC, which stands for Everyday Carry, something you can comfortably have with you all day, every day. When you hold it, it feels incredibly lightweight, almost like it's not even there. Let's check the weight, about 80 to 81 grams, or roughly 2.9 ounces. That places it right in the lightweight category, making it extremely pocket-friendly and easy to carry. What really caught my attention with this version is the blade shape. The first Drop Bear came with a drop point blade, which is very utilitarian, simple, practical, and great for everyday tasks. But visually, it's not as aggressive as this one. The Drop Bear 2, on the other hand, comes with a clip point blade, and that changes everything. It looks sharper, more dynamic, almost predatory. You can see how the spine dips down near the tip and then curves slightly upward again. It gives the impression of a subtle, horn-like contour, almost like the rhino's horn silhouette if you look at it from the side. That little curve makes the knife feel both elegant and fierce at the same time. A small design change that really shifts its personality. I'm not sure I'm describing it perfectly. The rhino horn shape I mentioned is, of course, much more pronounced upward. But you get what I mean. This is not a Persian-style blade that curves dramatically like a banana. The clip point has that gentle drop followed by a slight rise, while the drop point shape only slopes downward in a single smooth curve. Now, about the steel, this one's Nitro-V, which I'd call a mid-range steel. Not cheap, not high-end either, just solid, well-balanced performance for its price range. That fits perfectly with the market Kizer aims for here. A budget-friendly, accessible knife that you can even find directly on Amazon, no need for a specialty knife store. The pocket clip is pretty standard, but noticeably stiff. It feels firm and strong, not soft or flexible at all. To give you an idea, let me compare it to this ProTech over here. See? I can lift that one with just the tip of my finger. We'll talk about that knife another time. It's an automatic anodized designed by Lays George, but for now, I'll just say it has one of the weakest clips in my entire collection, which is ironic for such an expensive knife. The clip feels almost like thin soda can aluminum, and that's a bit of a letdown. Because with a refined knife like that, you want to feel confident that it's secure in your pocket. To be fair, it's never fallen out, but compared to this Drop Bear 2, the difference is huge. This clip is super firm. It holds tight. There's no way this thing's slipping out, even if I sit down, lie back, or move around a lot. Looking closer inside, you can see the black steel liners, and they've been skeletonized to reduce weight. You can see the cutouts right there. That's a smart move since liners are usually made of stainless steel. So overall, it's a very straightforward build, nothing unnecessary. The pivot is secured with 2 torque screws, probably T8 size, easy to adjust or tune if needed. And at the back, there's a lanyard hole in case you want to attach a paracord. It's reversible, which is great news for all the left-handed folks out there. If you're left-handed, you can simply unscrew the clip, move it to the other side, and you're good to go. You can carry it in your left pocket and operate the knife comfortably with your left hand, just like this. Smooth and natural. So, this was just a quick unboxing, but I'm honestly really happy with this new addition. Mainly because it's a knife that doesn't hurt your wallet. It's affordable, yet well made. I don't usually talk prices on the channel, but let's just say this one came in under $80, which makes it a pretty great deal for the overall quality you're getting. Let's check the centering here. Yes, the blade is perfectly aligned between the scales, and everything feels tight, precise, and solid. It checks all the boxes you'd expect from a good utility knife. It's the kind of knife you can actually use every day. Opening boxes, cutting rope, fabric, leather, packages, all that. All right, my friends, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing as much as I did. All my monsters, and I wish you an amazing week. And above all, peace, especially in these strange, apocalyptic times we're living in. Take care wherever you are, and see you in the next episode of Philomania. Ciao, ciao.